Okay, these are the 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Take 2.
5, 6, 7. Okay.
My name is Caryn Adams, and I'm going to be discussing Susan B. Anthony. Susan B. Anthony was a devoted, strong, hardworking woman. She focused on civil rights, but she mainly focused on women's rights. She traveled all around the U.S. and in Europe and searched for women who were living in non-equal times when it came to being compared to the white male citizens, I guess. An example is she states that she voted at the last presidential election in November of 1872 without having a lawful right to do so. Because of her actions, eventually, she got arrested. However, she did stand up to, I guess, the judges and everyone else who was against her voting in this election. She stated that in front of all of her citizens that in order for her to prove she did not commit a crime, but simply just exercised her right as a citizen, she voted. She felt as if this needed to be done because when it came to women, they had no say. And it basically started at a young age for her and her right to stand up for what she believed in. Susan B. Anthony was born February 15th of 1820. She was raised in West Grove, Massachusetts, and her family traveled, or moved actually, several times. The first reason they moved, or one of the main reasons why they moved, was due to the Panic of 1837. Eventually, they settled in New York, and Susan got her first job teaching, and then she moved on to her second job, and she became the master, or the headmistress of her school. She got her job mainly because she felt that she needed to support her family and help contribute to their debt. And eventually, throughout all of her teaching, she learned about finances. And her first fight that she actually stood up against was when she realized that she was being underpaid when it came to men. And this didn't set easy with her. She stated that it was we the people, not we the white male citizens. So that represents that she should be set equal to them. There's no reason why she shouldn't. Throughout Anthony's hardships, such as her having to support her family in the Panic of 1837 and not receiving the equality, such as the pay, she stood up for all women throughout America, throughout society, and she gave us the right to vote. Are there any questions?
Why did you pick Susan B. Anthony?
I chose her because she's stubborn. She stands up for what she believes in. I feel as if I can relate to her in that in many ways. I don't think that if I was put in that same situation, I would stand down from it. So just because I can relate to her, I guess.
If Susan B. Anthony were around today, what changes do you think she would try to make towards improving women's rights?
I'm not for sure exactly what she would change, but I would suggest that she should change women's role in society and how they demonstrate to the younger kids that they're not the greatest role models. For example, Sarah Palin and her daughter became pregnant at the age of 15. I thought that that was not right. That shouldn't, Sarah Palin herself should have taken that role and taken her daughter out of the situation, maybe hid the whole thing, but that would be an example that I'd like her to change.
What kind of role model do you think Susan B. Anthony would be right now? What kind of impact would she have right now?
For younger society, if we were still in the same time frame or still living under, well, I guess we couldn't live under the same rules or the same ways, but hopefully she'd still be just as positive as she was then. Granted, our circumstances are different, but if they weren't different, then I hope the same effect would take place. She would still allow changes to occur in society, but hopefully and overall it just turn out that she'd benefit us. Any other questions?
I think we're good.
Okay.